Make sure you hit that subscribe button before we get started. She stunned me. I'm marrying someone else, I said. Then go live with him. Rain pounded against the kitchen window as if it were trying to break in. I stood there with 2 untouched mugs of coffee, both cold now, staring at the woman I'd loved for 8 years. She kept twisting the engagement ring I'd spent over a year saving for, the skin beneath it pale from how often she spun it. Liam, she murmured, so quietly I almost missed it beneath the storm. There's something I need to tell you before we finalize the venue contract tomorrow. My stomach lurched. We'd been engaged 6 months. The venue, the old lighthouse on the cliff, was the place we discovered the summer we turned 23, tipsy on cheap wine and young love. I'd already paid the deposit. Non-refundable. I put the mugs down too hard. The sharp crack of ceramic on marble made her flinch. Say it, Mara. Her green eyes, the ones that used to look at me like I was her entire world, didn't rise any higher than my shirt collar. I've been seeing someone. The floor tilted. Not metaphorically, the room literally spun. I grabbed the counter to keep myself upright as 8 years of memories slammed through my head. Her laughing until she snorted at my dumb jokes. Her fingertips dragging slow circles on my back when nightmares woke me. Her whispering she wanted a family with me while we slow danced in this same kitchen to a song I can't listen to anymore without tasting blood. Who? The word felt ripped from my throat. She swallowed. Julian. Julian. My best friend since we were 11. The guy who stood beside me when I proposed, slapping my back, so hard it bruised. The guy who'd been texting her goodnight for 4 months while I worked nights at the hospital. I laughed, a sharp, broken sound that scraped like shattered glass. You're joking. I wish I were. A tear slid down her face, but she didn't even try to wipe it away like she used to during sad movies. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just did. The storm roared louder, or maybe it was just my pulse thundering in my ears. A gust pushed the scent of rain and wet leaves through the cracked window. Somewhere beneath it all, I could still smell the jasmine candle she loved, the one we hadn't lit in weeks. How long? I asked. Her hesitation hurt worse than any answer. 7 months. 7 months. While I was buying her ring. While I was telling my mom she was finally getting the daughter she always wanted. While I fell asleep with her head on my chest, planning a future she'd already abandoned. I walked into the living room, my legs numb. The couch still showed the indent where we'd fallen asleep watching Inception last week, her curled against me like punctuation. Now it looked like a crime scene. Her footsteps followed, soft, unsure. Liam, talk to me. I turned. You've been wearing my ring while sleeping with my best man. Her face crumpled. I was going to return it. When? My voice rose despite the promise I'd made to myself to stay calm. After the wedding? After you let me stand there like a fool while he smirked in the front row?
No.
God, no. She reached for me. I stepped back too fast, bumping the bookshelf. A framed photo of the 3 of us at last year's lake house toppled and shattered on the floor. In it we were all smiling like nothing could ever break us. She stared at the broken glass, then at me. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't, my voice cracked. I swallowed and tried again. Do you love him? Silence. Thunder rolled outside like the sky itself was angry. Yes, she whispered. I think I'm going to marry him. My breath left me in one violent rush. Marry him. Not maybe. Not think about it. Decided, while I was picking between chicken or salmon for 200 guests. I let out a softer, colder laugh. Well, congratulations. Liam. I held up a hand. You don't get to cry to me. You don't get to ask me to understand. She hugged her arms around herself. What happens now? I looked at her. The woman who knew every hiding place I retreated to during panic attacks, who kept extra inhalers in her bags because my asthma scared her, who once drove 3 hours in a blizzard because I couldn't breathe after my father died, and something inside me hardened. Take off the ring. Her hands froze. Now, Mara. She slid it off slowly, like peeling gauze off a wound still bleeding. She placed it on the coffee table. Lightning flashed, scattering fractured light off the diamond. I picked it up. It felt heavier than when I carried it in my pocket for 3 weeks searching for the perfect moment. Fine, I said, voice steady for the first time. Go live with him. Her lips parted. Just like that? You made your choice 7 months ago. I'm just finally seeing it. She sobbed harder, but I was already moving. I grabbed her overnight bag, the one she packed for our venue visit tomorrow, and set it at her feet. Liam, please. Your keys are on the hook. I opened the door. Rain blew in sideways, soaking the entryway. Don't come back for your things until I text you. I don't want to see you. She stood there for a long second, mascara streaking down her face, looking smaller than she ever had. Then she picked up the bag, stepped carefully over the broken photo, and walked into the storm. I shut the door, locked it, pressed my forehead against the wood, and listened as her car engine turned over. Tires hissed on wet pavement as she drove away. The house fell silent except for the rain. I sank to the floor, the ring cutting into my palm, and the trembling started, violent, uncontrollable. I screamed once, a sound that didn't feel human. Minutes or hours later, I couldn't tell. I crawled to the couch. Her hoodie still hung over the armrest. I buried my face into it and breathed her in one last time. Vanilla, rain, and heartbreak. My phone buzzed. A message from Julian. Hey man, we need to talk. I stared at the screen until it dimmed. Then I blocked them both. Some betrayals don't end in yelling or slammed doors. Some leave you bleeding in silence inside the home you built for two, clutching a ring that no longer belongs to anyone. I still live here. The Lighthouse venue refunded half the deposit, pity money. I used it to repair the cracked mugs. One still has a thin fracture running through the handle. Every time I drink from it, I'm reminded how easily everything can break. And I've never answered Julian's text. Drop your betrayal stories below. I read everyone. And if this hit you like it still hits me, subscribe.